This is the Port of Everett Marina, the biggest marina on the west coast. I pan all the way across to, that's A dock, and going out to the guest dock.
That's Anthony's at home port here in Everett. I'm heading out on our Desolation Sound cruise by myself. John was going to head out, but he's saying, I'm going to wait an hour or so, see if it clears up. I don't like leaving in the rain. Well, it's not raining. It's just kind of a high fog cloud. So we're heading for Cornet Bay on the east side of Deception Pass. This is Cornet Bay.
Well, here we are going through Deception Pass. This is Tuesday the 20th. I'm going to photograph this bit going through the pass because it's a nice day, and sometimes people wonder what it's like going through the pass. Well, here it is. It's gorgeous. The boat's on autopilot, and I'm getting pushed around left and right a little bit, but generally it's just able to hold its course easily, even though there's a fair amount of side movements in the current. This little island to the right that we're passing is one end of Deception Pass Bridge, or a center section of Deception Pass Bridge. The island dead ahead of us that you can see clearly is Deception Island. Looks like this is a low slack.
Not too bad going through, a little bit of a current, but kind of a non-event. It's some eddies and swirling around a little bit, but not bad.
Pretty close.
Yeah.
There's another one right there. Cool.
Nice.
Don't move, Dad. It's alright. There we go.
Two of them.
Oh my God!
Hey, look at it, he's right underneath here. Look at
right under.
God, look at oh geez.
Right.
Oh my God.
Right next to the bow.
Woo!
That was cool.
That was so cool. Oh, that's a baby.
Yeah.
Baby.
Oh jeez.
That was
Oh, this
neat.
is phenomenal.
That was
Absolutely
really cool.
awesome. Oh, look at him. Huge.
I gotta wait on that. I gotta wait for some weight, does it?
There's Colin and John. Colin's got the Creelock 34 sloop. Hey, Colin. Howdy.
Okay, this is Tuesday evening, still in Prevost. This is kind of a typical evening in the San Juans. This is the next to the longest day of the year, and I don't know if you can see them in there. A bunch of tents. Kayakers came in and tented up.
Good morning. We're heading up San Juan Channel northbound towards, you see Spiden Island in the background, that kind of a brownish color. We're on our way to Bedwell for customs check-in. We're on a run, doing about 6 knots. We had a little bit of sprinkles this morning, just finished. Some sun breaks are ahead of us. And on the run, John is back there, about 400 yards off my starboard quarter, having a gorgeous sail. Anyway, we're crossing Harrow Strait towards Bedwell, still on the run. Wind is a little bit fickle, and the clouds are kind of blowing away, and it's a pretty blue sky. Doing about, well, through the water we're doing about 4 knots, but we're bucking the tide right now. The tide was with us up San Juan Channel, but now we're kind of working against the tide, so tide current. So we're only doing about maybe 2.5, 3 knots sometimes. Nice casual sail. John's right over there. He caught up to me, and I'm kind of outpacing him again. So depending on this or that, that's the way it is.
Well, here we are, heading into Bedwell. The noise in the background is VHF radio. Apparently there's some media event going on out here. And King 5 and NOAA and everybody's involved. All we've seen of it is disruption of the radio waves. It's sunny out. A minute ago we were in the sun and being rained on at the same time. Terry's off to my left. We're going 3.6 knots through the water and 2.0 knots over the bottom. Anyway, there's Terry. I can just barely see him when I look through the viewfinder in the sunlight. He's on port tack.
Anyway, we just left Bedwell. Colin in his boat, Wassail, is just behind me, heading up Swanson Channel towards Ganges, and it is 0927 on the 11th. Anyway, nice, about a 12 knot breeze, putzing along here about 5.5 knots. So I zipped by John. He says he has no wind, and I do. So I don't know what's going on. Wind is up a little bit. That's a ferry that you see out there in the distance. We're on the west side of Pender Island. Again, going up Swanson Channel. And left Bedwell, and we're about 12 miles from Ganges. So we should be there, if the wind stays at this rate, we should be there in about 3 hours. 2.5 maybe.
Well, here we are just entering Ganges. That's Terry over there, trying to catch up again. Actually, I just passed him a few minutes ago. Winds are up, we're sailing well. Bob and Colin should be waiting for us in the harbor at Ganges.
We're in Todd Inlet, just right here off of Bouchard Gardens. That's the entrance over there. Last night we wrapped it up with Paul on that boat right there, but power boat pulled out this morning, and so we came over to the mooring buoy. Todd Inlet goes up over there to the left right there behind that big power boat. We're going to go there before we head out, but stayed here last night, nice and calm and quiet. Serene.
One's bigger than the other.
But his mommy is and his child. Juvenile, maybe. They're cute. Almost look like a ferret.
They do. Well, they're probably from the same family.
Yeah. Well, it looks like the mother. She's big. Oh, somebody's got a pretty boat out there. That white one out there, it says Bellevue on the back. That's a nice looking boat.
Oh, yeah, it is. That other big boat's sleeping, the one that's all lit up like the Christmas tree.
Yeah. Well, I can see your face. Just see the back of your head.
Oh, don't film the back of my head because I'm bald. You know I don't like the back of my head filmed.
You're delicate.
Everyone seems to plant things like this. All they do is have bugs in them.
Boar scare. Here at Ganges Harbor on Salt Spring Island. Probably stay a couple of days. Moet's over there. Grocery store. Marina. Pretty little town. There's Colin's boat. John's boat. That's downtown over there. Not much here. Had a blustery night tonight. Blew itself out. It's gorgeous out here. Here's John. We're neck and neck all the way since the bottom end of Trincomalee Channel. I'll pull ahead, he pulls ahead, I pull ahead, just kind of neck and neck all the way up on the run. Beautiful, mostly sunny day. About 8 miles from Pirates Cove on DeSorsey Island. Dead ahead. Should be there in about an hour and a half. And we're doing about 4 to 5 knots with an 7-8 mile an hour wind coming from the southeast.
Approaching the east side of Trincomalee Channel. I'm about to step on the water here for a bit of what I'm doing. That's what it looks like on the side. And in the distance, the bob's back there somewhere. A wind generator making all that noise, making all the electricity it can. And the Terry's up there somewhere. I can't figure out with this much motion going on.
Hi everybody. Today's my birthday. We're here at Clam Bay, and Colin over on Wassail is he's cooking up a chicken, and we're going to go over there for some birthday celebration here in about an hour. And I just finished a couple cups of green tea after a hard sail up. We had 25 knot, actually there was one point it was 28 knot winds. Weather helm on this boat. All sails up, and boy, I tell you, they kept coming in these puffs, these gusts, and then they would go away. But boy, I tell you, it was hard work. But anyway, we're on the hook, nice and quiet out, and just having a great time. We're about 10 miles from Dodd Narrows. I don't know whether we're going to stay here. Well, we're going to stay here tonight. Tomorrow, I'm hoping we'll get up into Nanaimo, and because that's a nice layover. Well, he's caused quite a stir in Pirates Cove. He just perched there a few minutes ago, and it's an eagle or a seagull that's squawking over there. There's one swooping at him. We arrived yesterday afternoon. John, Colin, and Shirley and our boat. Shore tide. And all the ruckus. You know all the ruckus going on?
Where?
Well, there's a seagull over there. He's squawking.
Didn't, no.
It's an eagle just perched over there. And they're nervous.
Yeah. Probably worried about the eagle getting the baby.
And Mariposa is over there with Bob. We're at Degnan Bay with Colin and Shirley. And we've been told that there is a petroglyph here on the shore in sandstone of an orca whale. Let me see if I can find it. Ha! There it is!
Finish with it?
Go ahead.
Margie got it pulled back over.
Wow, that's a beauty. Got a nice tail. Now, dorsal fin looks bigger here than it in the picture.
Actually, it's not her dog, but it's a friend of hers that she said that we could use, borrow.
Well, let's see. Who's down here now? Marita. So, we were told to look for some sandstone.
Well, it could have been lore, handed down.
Well, I'm sure they had orca whales here.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
San Juan
Yeah.
Island, they was up here. We were.
Well, whether that's a bird or what that is, something. Prehistoric aliens. A fish, a whale, I don't know. Sure what that is. Get a horse!
Here's Bob on Marita's working on this. Good morning! Morning. How's she doing this morning? Little putt.
Looks like the shaver worked.
See those brown stones over there?
Yeah.
Pulp stones. Grinding wood into pulp.
Huh.
Biggest small ones I've ever seen. There's one on the beach down there.
Yeah, dear.
Big tall one.
He's a good sized animal.
Hold still, doesn't he?
Smile. going to stand over there next to it so people can get a sense of the size. Okay, well, I feel a little bit safer. They're not moving.
Sit back and see if it comes up. There's another one coming. Up from the left. So here's Terry driving us over to dinner on Colin's boat. With Colin and Shirley's chicken tonight. Probably be chicken again tomorrow night. Maybe not. I don't know. But here we are, en route. We brought a box of Shiraz and a bottle of Shiraz. So everybody will be happy after dinner. We hope.
We're pretty happy right now.
Yeah, actually we are. We're passing by Freehet. There goes Freehet. At a dime a piece.
Shirley, could you count?
Well, yes, I'm still. That's for you. I'm on a
Oh, she's been drinking, right?
You haven't been drinking.
It's all the evidence.
I have been drinking gin and
She's on her lips. She's as bad as you guys.
That's right. So lots of graffiti over there, I hear.
Graffiti.
Yeah, the city of Maputo, wherever that is.
It's now a village.
Favorite city by the sea. By the bay, I'm sorry. Excuse me, by the bay.
Now by the
Shut it
point.
off.
It's a village.
By the point, by the village?
Yeah.
Okay.
I think we use the same gospel.
I did that. You know, I changed it to by the point and it was a village, but I dropped the chalk in the urinal when I was doing it.
Very good.
That's scary.
Who didn't
Whole
have a
chicken.
leg?
With
I didn't
parsnips
have a leg.
and sweet potatoes
Terry had
and
one. He had
onions
a thigh
and...
and a wing. Or a wing.
He had a wing. So
You know, he had a leg. He
I
had a
didn't,
leg.
I didn't have a leg.
Didn't you have a leg?
No.
You had one
Colin,
leg,
he
didn't
stole the
you?
leg.
I had a drumstick.
Yeah,
That's a leg. That's a leg.
Okay.
That's cherries and that's a thigh.
Here, he needs a
That's
little
half a
more.
blooming chicken there.
Well, he's a big guy.
Oh my
Right.
goodness.
There's a lot of bones there. Okay, and now you need some more veggies over there, Mr. John.
I'll take some more veggies.
Protection Island and Newcastle Island. That's protection right there. Mark that we're in, anchored.
Quit talking to yourself. Get in the boat, Terry.
All right.
Stop playing with yourself and hurry up.
She has an end slit. Goes right at the city.
And there's the bar. We're heading to finish up skipper's night.
I think we should all have fun together.
Yes.
Typical big sails.
Well, good morning. Just came out of Horsewell Channel on the north end of Nanaimo, and it's a gorgeous day. Got about 10 to 12 knots of wind. We're on a port tack across the Georgia Strait. It's going to be a long one. We've got 28 miles, probably 26 miles to False Bay and Mesquite. Just spent 3 days in Nanaimo. I kicked back, watched the Big Yacht Hub race Wednesday. That was kind of interesting. And Bob Barker had some fuel quality problems, so he installed a fuel filter for his outboard, his propulsion system. Bob's right over there, and Colin is back there, and John is off my port beam. Cutting across, doing about 6 knots right now, and gorgeous, comfortably cool day. Got my life vest on, just to be sure. Making pretty good time. We'll be in Mesquite later today, and then from there we'll spend the night in Mesquite there, False Bay, and then head to Lund tomorrow. Cutting across the Strait of Georgia on a port tack.
Very pleasant day. It's not sunny or anything, but it's sure a pleasant day other than that. Off that direction is Schooner Cove. That's all Vancouver Island. And continuing around, if I don't fall on my face here, this is Straits of Georgia, and that's Mesquite right ahead of us. And we're going to the left end of it, which is the north end of it, and then behind it is Texada. So here we are. That's Colin, sailing wing on our way into False Bay on Mesquite Island. Everybody, I see Terry's already under power and gone into the harbor. Actually, we powered most of the way up here, but this southerly just appeared, so we decided to sail for a while.
Yoo-hoo! He's broken down. Downtown Mesquite. Pub, restaurant, resort, big marina, and Main Street into downtown is paved to the top of the hill, and it's gravel the rest.
All around in them bays there.
Yeah. There's a little shack.
A little float shack.
What is it?
A little float shack? A little float shack?
I don't know that it was. It looked to me like it was on land.
Well, at low tide it is.
Okay.
But Eli was there. His mother is very well off. And his dad was a little bit of a lunatic. He died here a few years ago. But they built that there a long, long time ago. But it is a beautiful spot over in there. Yeah. Actually.
That's awesome. This is the Lasqueti post office, where I just wrote this note, this postcard to you. A very rustic place, and the postmaster is inside. Older fella.
How much are you selling it for?
334.
Oh, right, they were right, I was wrong. I thought it was way last year was like 300 some. And you're gonna build a house off of your property?
And another place, yeah.
Are you gonna start building or sell that one first?
Bakery. Oh wait, there's a lot of stuff already done there, and I don't want to get caught.
Hang on.
Winking, blinking, not one night, sailed off in a wooden shoe. Sailed the river of crystal light into a sea of blue. Where are you going and what do you want? The old moon asked the three. We're off to search for the herring fish that swim in the beautiful sea. Let's sail wherever go on.
Sure.
I
don't know.
When they're there,
It's on Lasqueti Island, about 5 miles south of the dock. They say everybody from on the island will be here today. Nice and really gorgeous artwork here. A lot of talent.
maybe she was gone before the song.
Sandy ball in your hand. You boys just trying to fight. You ain't going together. Cowboy something's up. Get sick of that. Sandy ball.
and he swaggered straight through. And he left it all. Forward. Well, there's strictly
First fighter.
See how you like.
All the
side of Georgia. That body of land over there is Texana Island. We left Lund, or excuse me, we're on our way to Lund. Left False Bay on Mesquite Island at 8:30 this morning. Good southeasterly wind, clipping along about 6 knots, and clearing skies. Some clouds, but mostly clearing. The other boats are behind me. Colin is back there off my port quarter. John's on the run, slowly gaining. And Bob Barker is back there behind John, struggling, trying to keep up. But Bob's a good sailor. We should be in London in about 4 hours. It's a 35-mile from False Bay to Lund. Had a real blustery, storm force winds night before last there in False Bay. Boy, it blew like stink. Something else. Well, we've been doing pretty consistently 7.5, 8.5. I've been over 9 knots. We're on, right now I'm on a broad reach. And swells are fair size, but tolerable. We're again on our way to Lund. We're about 2 hours away. Kind of up around the bend there ahead to the left, half this island coming up. Just a gorgeous sail, having 17, 18 knots of wind. Pretty nice. Another angle shot. You get these swells come up from behind, and kind of want to change things, change the course a little bit, but we kind of scoot down the backside. Some sun, some clouds, cool, comfortable.
Well, here we are sailing south from Mesquite to Lund. And we've been out here for, well, I don't know how long we've been out here, an hour or so. This is just kind of what it's like. The boat's on autopilot, steering herself. And I'll try and give you a feel for that. Is I'm sitting down on the bridge deck, and this is how good a course that it steers in these following seas. We've got about 20 knots of wind, and making about 7 knots, 6.5, 7 knots over the bottom. So we're making good time. We'll be in Lund about anywhere from 1 to 2, depending on the wind. Well, we're in Lund, BC. It was a great surprise when I walked up to the harbor master's office to check in, and that's the harbor master's office right there. I'll have to do this later when the light's better. Found that Holly had left me they had left a note from Holly for me that I had something at the hotel. Went to the hotel and found that she had left a gift certificate for what she says was a belated Father's Day. Well, this is a pretty common day. I was sailing in the islands up here. I'm going to zoom in on that sign. I think it says Copeland Islands Marine Park. Anyway, it's a group of islands just north of Lund, and we're sailing along. Let my main only up and moving along quietly. peacefully. At 3 knots, it's got to be peaceful. It's calling up ahead.
We're about 3.4 miles from the entrance to Roscoe Bay, doing about 3 knots, 3.5 knots, dead downwind. It's Colin there, we're just almost neck and neck. Easy sail, clear blue sky, just a real light chop. Following current, following wind. In the background you can see all the mountains around Desolation Sound, which is where we are sailing at the moment. Been here before. It's a lovely place. This east Redondo Island is, I think, 5,300 feet, which is pretty big. And it doesn't look big from here by the camera, I'm sure, but we're heading up in that little pass right there towards Melanie Cove. Be just around that point right there. That's the top end of Okiover Inlet. We came in earlier this afternoon, anchored out. There's a government dock, which is just south of, actually southeast of Penrose Bay. Bob is anchored right there. There's Colin. And, or that was John. And Colin is just up ahead there, close to the dock. And right, that's Laughing Oyster. We have dinner reservations at 6:30. Looking forward to it. A lot of history in this area with Cougar Nancy.
Well, here we are in Desolation Sound, Grace Harbor. That's Bob's boat over there disappearing behind the sail. There it is. Mariposa. Terry's boat right there. Terry's not aboard right now. I saw him rowing away. It's got to be at that beach right there, Colin.
Oh.
Where the cabin is.
In the head of the bay, the apple trees are in there. And there's a level area there. But there's no sign of like old structure or even sort of foundation.
Well, good morning. I just took some pictures of those jellyfish out there. Some are huge. They're about, when they're expanded, about that big around. Just beautiful creatures. Wanted to mention one of the highlights last night as we were eating the oysters that John had, well, I shucked them and John cooked them for our evening poo-poos. Actually turned out to be our dinner. It was a very good dinner. Colin bit into what he thought was a piece of shell. Turns out there was a small pearl in the oyster that he, amongst the oyster that he was eating. So we found a little pearl, and it wasn't very big. It was maybe about the size of a pinhead, a large pinhead. And it was pretty small. And then a little bit later, as we were finishing up, I bit into one. Mine was a little bit smaller, about the size of a pinhead. And as I was kind of cleaning it off, I dropped it into John's cockpit. Couldn't find the silly thing. So I'm going to have to go back over and get some more oysters this afternoon and see if we can find some more pearls. Yeah, one of the highlights. Probably stay here tonight and maybe tomorrow go over on the other side, which is Melanie Cove. I'm not sure yet, but we'll see how the day develops. Overcast, sprinkles of rain today, comfortably cool. Water temperature is about 65 degrees, which isn't too bad. We're at top end of Melanie Bay. Yesterday was very warm, in the 80s. No wind. Went for a swim, very refreshing. Had a nice sail up. That's John in the background, and having a nice time. Very remote. Not too many boats. Colin is over there, and there's a trail over here we're thinking about hiking here later this morning.
Is lingerie, knickers?
Ladies' lingerie and knickers? Is that it? Okay.
Bras and long stockings.
Bras and what?
If you want to get a little bit closer to John.
Oh no, thanks.
I haven't showered in a while.
Me neither.
Well, don't get any closer. Ah!
Oh God! Mind your head.
Okay, so what I'm going to do here is...
What are you going to do here?
Here's a remote.
Yeah, I'm going to have a remote.
Keep your distance.
Yeah.
Oh,
Keep your hands to yourself.
And I feel them land. And I don't move, and I figure they'll...
Want to sing your little jingle again there?
Oh, I don't think it's a good idea.
Well, we just finished a big meal.
Yeah, look at the size of him.
Colin's
Goodness
leftovers.
gracious.
All he can afford is leftovers.
Leftover bottles, leftover curry.
Was that leftovers? I thought that was a grand meal. What do you mean leftovers, Terry?
Leftovers.
I mean...
I'm the skipper of this motley craft, and this is my motley crew. What are we going to do with them now? I'll give in.
Nobody's answering, so you have to you can provide your own answer. We're not going to suggest anything, you know.
I don't know. You're driving this machine. What are you going to do with it?
I don't know. Maybe something.
Is it working now?
Let me get a close-up of you there.
Not a pretty sight.
Yeah. We're in Tenedos Bay, Tenedos Cove, something like that anyway. Picked oysters over there this afternoon. We just finished oyster poo-poos. They're just loaded with oysters. All that over there, that's all oysters. They're just loaded. We're here in Tenedos Bay, which is not too far from, I think it's like 10 miles from Grace Harbor. And then just over the hill from where we were a couple days ago, which was what they call Prado Haven. Anyway, had dinner on John's boat last night. He served us canned salmon with bacon and onions, and it was very good. But our, as John calls them, poo-poos, we had fresh shucked oysters, pan-fried in, actually sautéed in butter and garlic and chutney. Just delicious. Had about, we shucked about 30 oysters, and they're just thick here all over. Yeah, you saw that in the earlier pictures. We're in Theodosia Inlet, a little cove here. That was John's boat. This here is Colin's boat, and that's Bob's boat. That little beach over there, actually kind of right over near the tide's in right now, but we got loads of oysters. I mean, the oysters are thick over there, along with butter clams, horse clams. Had those for poo-poos this evening. Behind us, those are Bunster Hills. if I've got it right. That's a osprey that you can hear.
Yeah, I got a picture of Terry there, taking a picture of me. We're on Walsh Cove on West Redondo Island, and that cliff over there is got some Indian petroglyphs on it. That's the attraction here. We're just getting ready to leave. Our next stop is Big Bay. What's that?
Smell something cooking.
Oh yeah, I smell onions.
Unless it's my holding tank.
No, it's onions. That's Bellevue, Terry's boat, and beyond that is Wassail, Collins' boat, and then beyond that, just barely see it, is Bob Barker's boat, Cal T2. Anyway, that's a full circle. It's not yet sunny out. They say it's supposed to get up to 80 or 75 degrees today. We'll see.
That's 100 feet up.
Yeah.
80 feet up.
Shrub in front of it now.
It looks like
The dolphin up top.
either that or a killer whale.
Yeah, could be that.
Is that a brave?
We're horizontal, folks.
No, we're not horizontal.
We are. The camera is not.
We're healing. We're healing.
We're
H-E-E-L-I-N-G.
We're here in
Walsh Cove.
Walsh Cove.
Where the fuck are we?
Where are we? What's it called?
Walsh Cove.
Walsh Cove, that's
Walsh
right.
Cove.
Waddington Channel.
North of Bishop Point.
Yeah.
And near Butler Point.
Yeah. And Waddington Channel.
Yes.
Finished dinner. Had steak dinner.
That was gorgeous.
Bloody hell, it
Yes,
was
delicious
really good.
dinner, Yeah.
Bottle of wine.
Fillets. Way too much
It's,
wine.
Exquisite dessert.
And the dessert full of a little bit of hydrogenated, what's it? It was excellent.
It was delicious, yeah.
It's just being filmed.
It is.
Gosh, sugar. There's a movie camera and a still camera.
Yep.
That's cool.
How the hell do they do all this?
I know, it's a mystery.
All in the shade now. 7:15.
Right.
I'm gonna alter my cover set, get some of that heat off.
Just coming up on the Acolta Rapids, timing our entry, slack water is at 1:52 or 13:52 in the afternoon. Gorgeous blue sky out with some puffy clouds. We're about 2 miles from the south entrance to the Acolta. Once we go through the Acolta Rapids, we'll go around to our right into Big Bay. We're going to stay at Big Bay tonight. We've got a store for some provisions, pick up a few things, vegetables.
Terry's standing on water again. We've been warning him about that. He's one day going to sink.
Yep.
Running on water, standing on water.
Don't point that at me, Michael. Okay, John, thank you very much.
Not a problem. You lose all three.
You have the best view here.
It is.
Whoever's boat has the best view, that's right.
Here he comes. Those landing gear down. Got it. We're in Big Bay. We're getting ready, waiting for the tide current to change. Through here is what they call the Euclides Rapids. To the south is the actual Euclides Rapids. Right out there is Glarus. And then about 3 miles out is Dent. And then you've got Devil's Hole. And tide currents run as fast as 11, 12 knots. That's Jimmy Dent Island out there. Saw around 100 eagles this morning fishing all over the place. Plane coming in. The resort is for sale, 4.2 million Canadian dollars. Firm price. We've got about an hour and a half before we head out to time the tide change. It's a gorgeous day in paradise. Thanks.
Sorry, we bought them all.
Good morning.
Bought everything?
What's that crap?
Oh, raspberry banana.
She'll go get you another fresh load, maybe.
That's it. That's all of them.
That's it, huh?
Yeah.
I got it.
Here, I'll give you a little bag.
This is made by the owners. All crocheted, looks like. Of course, there's the Puget Sound, there's Everett, and there's Vancouver Island, Strait of Georgia, and we are East Thurlow and West Thurlow. We're on West Thurlow. She had dizzy hands.
Yeah.
This was your mother?
Yeah.
Must have been a lovely person. This is the trail entrance from behind the lodge to the Cedar. Nice looking bridge. Old walk bridge. Anna Marie, her husband still works in the restaurant. They're the ones that started it in their home in the 70s, and I'm not sure who these are. I think one was a grandmother. I think that was the grandmother that passed away here a few years ago. They're supposed to be buried around the tree here someplace. It's supposed to be 13 feet at the base, at the very bottom. Doggone flies. It's a loon right there. And hooting all morning. Cordero Bay. We're in Cordero Bay, off of Cordero Channel, admiring the fog, which is among the first we've seen. Cool out, so apparently the air temperature is warmer than the water temperature, or cooler than the water temperature. Furthest north, where we were furthest north 2 years ago, we're going to head north from here in waters I've never seen before.
This is gorgeous. This is typical of the kind of out-of-the-way places that we anchor. It's beautiful. Music in the background. If you can hear it over the noise of the fishermen running up the channel, is stuff out of the 50s.
There they are. We just came out of Hemming Bay, heading down Nodales Channel towards Discovery Channel. Just sitting over there in that cove, just kind of meandering around. Oh my goodness. Don't hit me. They're going down Von Donop Inlet on Cortez Island. Long and narrow to get to the bottom. Colin is out front and John and Bob are behind. Kind of narrow, but deep enough. There is one spot up here that's really shallow, but we're coming in at flood, so it shouldn't be too bad. And we've been hiking for about half an hour, and we're coming into Squirrel Cove to Marilyn's place, right here on the water, I guess. Small dinghy dock. A little small restaurant, I guess. Anyway, kind of quaint. Again, this is Marilyn's place.
We went to the woods.
The salmon candy is a little expensive, but man, that's good.
Yep.
Good smoked.
It's hard smoked sockeye.
Sounds good.
What is fry bread? Is that
Just dough that's fried.
is that right? Huh.
It's the normal.
So you make this bread right as you're making the sandwich?
Okay.
No.
No, it's made ahead of time.
Oh no, yeah, she made it.
Yeah.
She just made the bread. I've made it before. I've got a recipe at home. It's good to make that camp when you're camping.
There's one salmon being barbecued. The other one's being taken apart over there on the bench. I'm going to go over there in a second and see what she's doing to it. She's taking out the cedar sticks that were holding it apart and the big birch stick. I don't know what it's made of. And so now she's cutting it and finishing the cut down the back. And it does look delicious. Bigger cuts, please.
Sandy's preparing sockeye salmon. Yeah.
Here's your little piece.
What's that?
This is yours.
Oh no, she can't recognize me. I've got this camera in front of my face. She'll never know who's talking. So she fillets picks the piece of meat off the skin at the fat juncture and lays them in the pan. Oh, that's going to be delicious.
Yeah. Yum.
More for later. I guess you can throw that skin and the entrails of the salmon when she was cleaning it out to the eagles later on. We'll get a shot of those maybe, if we're lucky.
Not actually touching the wing.
Wouldn't mean much.
Say 1, 2, 3, smile.
Yeah. Yeah. 1, 2, 3. Smile.
Is this the still photo?
I think it's still.
How about if we settle on there with you looking through this?
Did it happen?
Hasn't happened yet. Come on. Does it have to do with that sting? Oh. Waiting for the red light to flash. Get it?
Yep, got a piece.
Oh, I thought it was
We just left Squirrel Cove. We're heading south down Lewis Channel to Cortez Bay. It's about 8 miles away. Under sail. That's Colin over there. And I was behind the rest of the crew, but we're picking up some momentum here. Colin and I are doing a beat down Lewis Channel towards Cortez Bay. About 16 knots of wind, doing about 6.5, 7 knots over the water, over ground. Nice sailing conditions. Heeled over not too bad, but she's stretching her legs, or a keel, or sails, whatever you want.
Well, we're on our way from Cortez Bay, which is a yachting center. Seattle Yacht Club and Royal Vancouver Yacht Club each have outposts in Cortez Bay. And now we're going over to Manson Bay, which is another part of Cortez Island. And we took different routes.
Here in Hemming Bay, waiting for tide current change. We just had the ebb about an hour ago, and we're going to head from here. It's about I think it's like 10 miles over to Owen Bay. There's a gorgeous moon. We're here in Hemming Bay. Just finished dinner and a movie on Bellevue.
If he does any gardening now.
Now this is Port Neville. It's Terry walking up to the store from the government dock. And I'll go around here and show you the fleet. Dock here. I guess we're Bob and his boat, Mariposa. My boat, Freehead. Colin's boat, Wassail. And Terry's boat, Bellevue. And this opening, that's Johnstone Straits out there. This opening goes back, well, 4 or 5 miles, I think, past here.
I'm taking a picture of some petroglyphs.
Here's an old machine. Probably did an awful lot of work in this part of the world or remote parts of the world. It's a winch. It's got an engine behind it underneath that bush. It's got a chain going behind. It's anchored way back there to...
That's no Model A.
Yeah. And then a winch hooked to it. Probably used it to yard out old logs and stumps and stuff to make a spot that they could mow. This is all lawn around here.
That's the one that's in the book that is the most prominent. A dorsal right next to my foot right here. Kind of the head, the body through in here, and then the tail. He's a ways away, but he's a big black bear on the shore just as they came around the point coming up the channel, Wellborn. Good sized black bear just kind of on the beach there. Not sure what he's eating, maybe whatever. John and Mickey are on their way. Should be here in maybe a week and a half or so. And Sid Tracy, talked to him. He's at Grace Harbor, and he said, don't wait. He's going to spend a few days there looking for Indian artifacts. Lucky he'll find any. We really think he's looking for that footprint, that Sasquatch footprint that we saw, took a video of. Maybe he'll find it and take a plaster cast. We'll see, I guess.
We're looking at hole in the wall, the actual hole in the wall, and it's not quite up to maximum flow. Maximum flow is about an hour away, but a couple of aluminum water taxis have gone through, and here comes a eco destruction tour boat. They come out here and do things like this, chase the whales around and give their passengers thrills. He's throttling back now, probably telling him, well, maybe we shouldn't be going, it's too swift, and then he's going to probably power through it. Anyway, looks like he made it, or will make it. He's out of sight. I think he turns it off to the right now. Or the other boat, one of the other boats did anyway.
That's Bill, Harbor Master.
There's the bird bunny.
Okay.
wait a long time. A very long time. Okay?
Yep.
You got your light? Aha. Somebody's got to eat first.
Delightful place. It's where Gene and Bill live during the summer, and then they are down in Mexico in the winter. And Bob and Kathy are the caretakers during the winter. It's a gorgeous little place. It's an old camping ground, a huge midden. The house sits on a huge midden from, he said, probably 10,000 years that the Indians have used this as a camping ground.
What a nice box somebody was.
We're here in Mamalakula Cove on Village Island. Anyway, take a tour, see if we can find any remnants or artifacts. There's supposed to be lots of them here rotting away from the old Indian village, and there was a Christian monastery and a small hospital.
Comes one back, look. Whee, comes another one coming back.
Oh, they're good sized. Oh.
What did you find?
Snakes.
A what?
Snakes.
Snake?
Snakes. With a nest.
We believe this is part of the old longhouse, what's left of it anyway. And then there's the one back there, the other end of it, I guess.
The house is obviously European influence, and this is...
It looks all hand-hewn. He's getting the bark off, and then...
obviously suspiciously European. A little more light on our subject here.
Cut this tree down for you.
Lots of cherries up there. On the tree.
Imagine the effort went into carving this and what it represented.
What year is it?
That relic is Bob.
Terry, Bob, and Colin, left to right, trying to figure out, where are we? Where are we? Oh, their ears are pretty good. More of the European descent, looks like. That last roof over there is a house that we were in. I'm standing on the table that I was sitting on before. This is the view that the folks of Mamalakula had when they lived in this village. It's quite a spectacular place. mud flats there. And out around that way. Place has a lot of salmon and prawns and natural sea life.
Oh my gosh. He's right here.
This is a resort at Double Bay on Hanson Island. It's called, of course, Double Bay Resort. It's a private resort. I'm going to try and zoom in. Colin's boat, wassail. And then continuing around, you see Bob's boat. And then in front of him is Terry's boat.
So I just was on the radio with Amy Fleet, or Amy Flotilla, and we're getting ready to head to Alert Bay in about 45 minutes. It's a short 8.5, 9-mile trip, and I want to go now before there is some disturbance that's coming in off the coast. I want to get to Alert before that arrives, because they're forecasting gale force wind. Main Street, Alert Bay.
Texas has gone 23 for Houston. One score in 41. And that is faster than the Cleveland score to Blue Jays.
She just walked. She went back for 20 minutes.
Nope. Oh, okay.
Down around Seattle, around Washington State, they got about 60 or 70 canoes they bring up, and Canadians, they go down around that area every summer.
Huh. What did this building used to be?
It used to be an old residential school.
Oh, okay.
What kind of a school?
Indian residential school.
Okay, they lived here.
Yeah.
Okay.
They brought in First Nation and from all the villages. Yeah, the government got sued pretty big money for all it. What they were trying to do is they're trying to take our language and culture away. And when the Portlets, they took that away for a while, but they brought it back.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
I'm going to rewind it.
And a series of
photographs of our old village sites, each with its creation story. The center was to be far more than a museum. It was in fact our box of treasures and a focus for all our efforts to strengthen the culture, language, and history that were almost lost. We named it the Umista Cultural Center.
I'm seated now, and so I'll try to go all the way up this thing without any zoom and then come back down zoomed in. Long ways before you get to the first support point. I'm going to follow her backwards here.
Left Alert Bay early yesterday afternoon. We spent a couple days there in the marina, just enjoying the town. It was the Alert, their annual, I think it was their 27th festival anniversary. And all the town folks turn out, similar to Lasqueti. They're dancing and singing and longboat races and parade and what have you. Started Friday the 27th and finished up yesterday. It was the 25th, 26th, and 27th. Today's the 28th. We came over here. There's a little waterway between the Pierce Island, two islands in the Pierce Island group, just kind of southeast of Cormorant Island. Well protected. And there's storm force winds coming in from Alaska.
Got them over at O'Brien Bay. Mostly all cockles, as you can tell. Going to clean them and grind them up for chowder or fritters. I'll reach down here and get one. You can see how big they are. Nice looking clams. Cockles. Oops, he spit. Little rascal. This is John Vine. There we're cutting across Queen Charlotte Strait towards Arrow Pass and Waddington Bay. Nice spirited 15 to 17 mile-an-hour winds. Having a spirited sail across Queen Charlotte Strait on a beam reach. Gorgeous day out. Just watching some humpback whales quite a ways out there. We tacked over to get closer to them, but decided we're heading for Waddington Bay, about 4 or 5 miles out yet. Coming up into the Arrow Pass. Cut down Arrow Pass and then turn west into Waddington Bay. Colin and Shirley are going to catch up with us tomorrow, and they're going to take in the Alert Bay sites for Shirley's outfit. We're here in Shoal Harbor, just southwest of Echo Bay. Nice little anchorage, not too deep, not too shallow. Down there, or at the top end, it's a little bit shallow, but we're in about 29 feet of water, which isn't too bad. It's supposed to be Billy Proctor's place. I think that's his museum up there. Find out. I know.
Okay, well, thanks.
Pretty.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okie doke. Well, enjoy your trip.
Thank you.
Well, there's lots of junk in here to look at.
We're all familiar with junk.
Junk, yeah, well, there's some pretty interesting stuff.
You won't let them take pictures.
Pardon?
You won't let them take pictures.
Oh, yeah, everybody takes pictures. There's some pretty nice artifacts in that pot there behind you. They're the prize ones.
That is amazing. Yeah.
Adzes and chisels. Up to 1,000 years old. Wow.
Fish from one end of the coast to the other. Always was a fairly successful. I always trolled.
Is that right?
Yeah.
Look what I have
The
here.
last few years I fished the west coast of the Charlottes.
Oh, would you? You're telling me,
I
and
sure
I didn't know there was a
enjoyed
picture
fishing up
book.
there.
There are several. Oh, how wonderful.
I'm here in Shoal Harbor yesterday afternoon and spent the night here, and I was just drinking coffee and heard this crunching. I was reading a book, one of the Crace novels, and heard this crunching. I forgot what the sound was, so I come up here and here's this big black. He's having breakfast. That sign is coming down and will become something else, so I'm told. This is Carol, the bead lady. Hi.
And my son, you'd think would, but because he's a fisher, he was a fisher, and anyway, hasn't yet. I think they all want to come out as a family, and getting time, both of them getting time off. You watching me, and I'm untying a knot.
Oh no.
I'm doing a boo-boo.
And every time I say I'm not going to lose a pair of earrings and I don't put my stops in, I wind up losing them.
This is the gentleman that recognized you having trouble with your cutting that pine yesterday.
It was really, really wet. But the song is dull, but it was really wet.
Which is not like
Blinding.
him. He's a sharpening fiend.
Yes, but you're Jerry, right?
Yeah. There you go.
We're here in Minstrel Island Resort Marina. Bankrupt. Nobody here. Buildings all vacant. 2 eagles perched up there, proud and majestic. There's 2 of them right there. They've been sitting there for a while. See them?
No.
And the story goes that they were growing marijuana here last year or 2 years ago, and the Royal Canadian Mounted Police did a raid, took them to jail, closed the place up, and here it sits. Nobody here, no water, no nothing, just empty buildings that have been ransacked. The trailers over there are a combination of sleeping accommodations and restaurant pub on the other side of that building right there. And I think this was a resident or maybe slash hotel, because there's lots of rooms in it for, you know, sleeping rooms. Stuff all over the place. That's Robson Bight over there. It's on the east side of Vancouver Island. Huge country here. They come in, it's deep, it's about 1,500 feet deep here, and they come in to feed on salmon, and also there's some gravel bars over there where they come in and clean themselves on the gravel, according to the locals. Beauty.
Last night at Blind Bay Resort for a second night. We headed out at 8:30 this morning, 9. Came down here into Johnstone Strait. Got gust to 2.8 knots. Right now the east a little bit overcast. We had I just got the general. John is behind, following right there, right by him. I'm doing 8, 9 plus knots at times. Going to Thurston Bay. It's 14.1 miles from Blind Bay, and we're not quite halfway there. It's foggy clouds, a lot of blue sky, cool. Wind is going back, your favorite point of sail. And just flipping right along. Well, we're in Johnstone Strait. I just popped the Jenny, but right up to about 9.5 knots. Kind of settled down a little bit now. Wind slowed down a little bit. We're going to cut through there, Johnstone, and heading south. We've got we're with the current. Flooding from the north, and winds to our back. So it's your ideal sailing conditions, Patty. Gorgeous day, much cooler, and pretty pretty out there. Just got the Genoa up. It's enough for right now.
We're in Billy Goat Bay. That's Terry. On Helmkin Island, which is a little island right in the middle of Johnstone Straits. And there's Colin, he's jockeying for a place to drop an anchor.
Yeah. Yeah, here comes another one here. There she is. There's the first mate.
Patty and I are Campbell River. We're standing on a Indian carved totem on the waterfront. We're walking into town and or downtown. Old town, something town. Did grocery shopping this morning. 50th parallel is about 3 miles south of us here.
The top end of Gorge Harbor here on Cortez Island. Colin is right there, and John's just behind me. We've been anchored here for a couple days now. A little small marina, not doesn't amount to too much. And resorts for sale, I don't know how much. Not a lot of repairs. It's an older resort. Older couple. I think they're just tired of trying to keep it up. Anyway, on to Lund today.
So here we are at Rebecca's Spit, opposite Harriet Bay, which is a town over there, about a half a mile over there. There's Bob's boat. About midnight he got awakened by, he thinks, a sea lion playing with fish. There's Colin's boat. And then this is Rebecca's Spit with all the boats anchored here. We'll try and turn without falling in the water. And over this way is Terry's boat, Bellevue. The reason it's kind of a typical morning out here sailing, Anchorage. That's Terry. Terry and I started out last, past Bob, past Colin, and Terry's fading in the distance. Not by much. He's doing pretty well. Better than he used to do with his boat. But there's Patty right at the front in the red. She's, can't hold it still, but just watching the scenery go by.
Crossing the state of Georgia. We've got 14 to 18 knots of wind, and you can tell by the speed over ground, making good progress. We're just about there. Mom has a firm grip on the helm guard, so much she's bent the tubing. It's a pretty day. Pretty rough. Not too bad. I am hanging on. On a broad reach from Les Smugglers at 0900 this morning, and on our way to Gibson Marina. It's 29 miles. We're maybe halfway. There's the Admiral. Well, we woke up this morning here at Turn Island. Fog is just about cleared out. John had some mechanical problems with his throttle linkage, or shifter linkage, so looks like I could just barely make out John's boat this morning. He's only like 50, maybe 100 feet away, 75 feet away. And it looks like it's burning off. We're going to head out now towards Cornet Bay. We got a 250 slack water at Deception. There's Friday Harbor, is kind of around that bend over there. It's going to be a nice day. Kind of the first sign of early fall with the fog. Here comes a ferry through there, and just coming out of the fog. Ghosting through. Getting awful close to that sailboat.
past leg into Everett. Just came past Holmes Harbor. See Gedney there in the background. And John is just up there in front, sailing. We're wing on wing. Been sailing for about the past, I guess, 3 hours, 2.5 hours. It was flat and calm this morning, coming around Strawberry Point, and then once we started down Saratoga, the wind started picking up. So it's doing about 6.5 knots over ground. Pretty nice. Crystal clear blue sky, and comfortably warm, or comfortably cool. However you want to look at it. Well, there's Everett in the background. To the end of a great cruise. And still on the run. Doing about